I spent about 10 days building out a dashboard for a client, and then I ended up scrapping the whole thing and starting over because I realized we've been working inside limitations that don't actually exist anymore. I spent about 10 days building out a dashboard for a client, and then I ended up scrapping the whole thing and starting over. And I could have gotten upset about burning $100 in tokens on this project and all the time spent and all that, but I learned a lot. I learned about trying to creating something simple before creating something complex. And so this is a really good example of one of the things I want to talk about today, which is using first principles thinking. And this is a term that's been used in tech for a long time because sometimes we end up down these rabbit holes and we're trying to solve a problem in the way that we know how to solve the problem up until this point. And going back to first principles is a way of saying, okay, what are we actually trying to achieve here and what's the best way to get there? Because I think one of the things is I may think, I thought I needed a static dashboard because that's what I'd had before, right? Oh, we have this dashboard, we feed all the data in, and then the dashboard displays the data we need to make better decisions in the business. And so I ran into a roadblock where I was actually having authentication issues between I was trying to get data from Google Analytics and Meta and School and some other platforms. I got 6 different platforms I'm trying to feed into this one custom software I built. And there's a lot of security things that are going on in the background. And some companies are actually blocking APIs unless they're really trying. It's a funny world out there right now. But what I ended up doing is saying, okay, what I'm working on isn't working the way that I thought it was going to work. And I went back to Claude and I said, let's apply first principles thinking. And so what's really cool is back before AI, I could bring this type of a conversation to AI, I would have to sit and journal out, how do I dismantle how I think about this? How all these assumptions that I think are quote unquote true, none of them are true, but I've gotten so unconsciously attached to them. I just think that that's how things have to be. And so with AI, I can go, look, this is the problem I'm trying to solve. This is the result I'm looking for. This is why I want it to exist. And I'm going to let go of the how. I thought I knew how this should work, but let's drop the how and let's go to first principles thinking. I can just type that in. Let's go first principles on this. And especially in Claude Opus 4.6, and it goes, cool, this is what you're actually trying to achieve. And of course, I'm always asking it to ask me more questions. And then it asked me a bunch of questions about getting more refined on what it is that I'm actually trying to achieve. And then it suggests a different way to do it. It's very different than how I was assuming it was going to be done in the first place. And so, an example of a thing in the physical world that got redesigned with first principles thinking was the rocket that gets shot into space. Why are the rockets designed the way they're designed? Well, they're designed because of the Romans. You have to rewind 1,000 years. You're whoa, what do the ancient Romans have to do with this? Well, they designed the roads to fit a horse and carriage and all this, and then that became all the shipping, and that turned into railroads, and they need to be able to fit things on railroads. And then, all right, the road's this big, railroads are this big. Oh, we need to ship all this material. We need to get a rocket, so the rocket's got to be able to fit on this thing. And I remember Elon said, oh yeah, we just scrapped all that, and we totally decided to build our rockets on site from where they're still shipping things around, but they were able to take first principles thinking and go, oh, we've been working inside limitations that don't actually exist anymore. Yeah. Or we can create a system where that doesn't exist anymore. And so there's all these limitations we have in our minds about how things should be done because this is how they've been done, and we're not even aware of them. And so using an AI tool and saying, how do we get to first principles on solving this problem is a great strategic partner in working that out. And so I was able to do that recently. And so that really keeps me from building stuff that I don't need to be building, because I'm one of the things I'm realizing is I want to, instead of thinking about building all this traditional stuff like a dashboard for a business, I may not actually even need the dashboard at all in order to make better decisions in the business. What I can do is, what's the purpose of the dashboard? We'll collect the information and to identify where the bottleneck is and where we need to put our attention on what's the next problem the business to solve that's going to help it grow. Because a business that has a good offer is naturally going to grow. It's its natural state is growth. And the only thing that keeps it from growing is the bottlenecks. And so our job as an entrepreneur is to just identify the offer that works for the people. And then B is remove any bottlenecks that keep that from customers taking it on. And so, instead of the dashboard, I'm like, oh, let's just feed all this information into my Claude cowork. And I built this whole system in Claude where every Monday it goes and pulls all the data necessary to make decisions. And then we create parameters for if this is below this certain threshold, we need to get an alert. If something's going really well, we need to be let known about that. And we may not even need to look at all the same KPIs or the same numbers from week to week. It may not be a standard thing anymore. All that, the data being collected is standard, but the way that it's viewed and digested may not be. And so now that's kind of like where I'm moving with this. And that has caused me to be able to create some really cool stuff along the way.
That's it for today's stack, but we aren't done stacking. Join the school community to be amongst other entrepreneurs who are building their most effective stack and learning to implement AI more effectively than anyone else in the world. We'd love to see you in there. And for more content, be sure to check out one of these videos, and you can even hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you can get alerted of every new episode that drops week in and week out. That's it for today. We'll catch you guys in the next one.